Here we go. It's our very best value of the day. We do this once a year. Once a year. It's happening right now. It's a one-day, a one-time, one-day only offer for Andrew's #1 top selling today's special. And let me just say, all of his today's specials are popular. This one is off the charts. People wait. We all stock up. I, at my house, have to get 2 big bottles. Why? Because I take 2 a day and my husband takes 2 a day. So if you need to stock up, this is your chance to do it, because this big bottle, the 600 cap supply, we don't carry a 600 cap supply ever. I mean, this is just a one day only that we offer the 600 cap supply. So if you are like our family and you take this every single day, the big one is always the most popular. So we have a 600, we also have a 400, we have a 200, we have a 100, and we have a 50. You have to see the savings, because the savings is enormous. One thing you should note, each capsule has 200 milligrams of the world's finest coenzyme Q10.
That's right now almost impossible to find, because most of the CoQ10 now at mass market retail is not Konica CoQ10, it's Chinese CoQ10. So, and that 600 capsule supply, it's only $30 more than the 400 capsule supply.
I know, look at that.
That's a legacy or an artifact of when we thought the cost was going to go up of CoQ10, we wanted to do something special a couple of years ago. We created the 600 capsule so you could have a longer supply of CoQ. The cost has gone up on CoQ10, but we haven't changed the price. So this is that special price of a couple of years ago that we thought would disappear and be long gone, but we've been able to hold on to it for you. Yeah. So that 600 capsule is really by far...
It's unbelievable. I mean, for example, we usually sell 400 capsules for about $300. This is the regular HSN price. For $100 less, you are getting a 600 cap supply, $230 savings, $130, $70, $35, or $20. You decide what size you'd like us to send you. You do 1 flex pay. By the way, the big one, the 600 cap supply, we put that on an extra flex payment for you. It's on 6 flexible payments. It's around $30 a month to get it home. Don't forget also, we've extended our return policy till January 31st, 2015. So you have plenty time to see how amazingly well these products work. It would not be Andrew's top selling today's special of all time if it were not working for everybody who takes it. We all love this product so much. We wait every year for this one day. This is the lowest price per capsule. Lowest price per capsule we have ever offered on Andrew's coenzyme Q10. And the beauty of it is, it used to be, when we first launched coenzyme Q10 with Andrew, we're going back years ago, of course, it was 30 milligrams a capsule. Now it's 200 milligrams a capsule. And like you said, Andrew and I were talking about this, the price is so amazing. There has been no inflation whatsoever in this price. I mean,
not on my products.
No, well, exactly. On this, it's really the most amazing thing, the fact that we're able to offer you the bigger, better values than ever. We have some fun charts to show you that.
If you simply look, if we go back to, say, you know, I can remember it's off the top of my head, that if we go back about a decade, 30 milligram CoQ10, if you looked at the cost of CoQ10 in the 30 milligram, say 10 years ago, it would be over $1,000. Yeah, it would be $1,500.
This is, you know, we're going back now
2006.
to 2006. And here would be the sizes. Here is what you would be paying.
Would have paid
to get that amount
of
per capsule.
Yep, 1,500.
Wow.
So I hope it underscores the incredible value. And unlike other companies, as I said before, if you went back a decade ago, probably maybe a little longer, 15 years, 80% of the CoQ10 was Konica CoQ10, and about 20% was from others. Today, 80% of the CoQ10 is from others, and only 20% from Konica. So when you see that CoQ10 in discount stores, in the supermarkets, in the mass market, it's not Konica CoQ10. So the CoQ10 you're seeing today here is the same exceptional CoQ10 that I've been using without interruption for 31 years. And I really don't think there's anybody else in America. There might be, but I doubt it, that's been offering CoQ10 for 31 years. It's only, for most companies, been discovered in the last 10 years or so. This is something that the first thing I did when I was researching supplements is I wanted to find a CoQ10 supplement when I first started. Didn't exist. It took another 5 years after I started my company that someone else was actually making natural CoQ10. And as soon as it was available, I started making a CoQ10 supplement. That would be 1984. Hard to believe, 1984. So we have been doing CoQ10 since that time. There's a lot of talk about something called ubiquinol. We have a ubiquinol product. We call it TruQ10. But in terms of the value, in terms of your investment, nothing comes close to what we're offering here today. To think that you can get 200 milligrams, not 30 per capsule, but 200 milligrams of CoQ10, and not say 200 or 300 capsules, but 600 capsules at 1 capsule per day, that's a year and 8 months. A year and 8 months for $199, that's about $10 a month for the most expensive, it's less than $10 a month, for the most expensive typically of nutrients. So to think that 200 milligrams, and mind you, in each capsule, unlike other companies that load their capsules full of binders and fillers and excipients and oils and all sorts of things, the only thing we put in this capsule are things that work with CoQ10 to help enhance its benefits. You get a full B complex. You get a B12, that special protected B12. So our oral B12 is absorbable. It benefits you. You also get 300 milligrams of separate vitamin C, the world's finest vitamin C. So just the vitamin C and B12 alone would be worth the $199 for 600 days of that. You add 200 milligrams of CoQ10 and it's a value that's just unparalleled. I was saying before to Colleen that a lot of folks will say, gosh, we know Andrew's products are the very best, but sometimes they're a little costly. But as they say, you get what you pay for. But when it comes to CoQ10, people look at this product and they look at what's in it and they think it's an absolute bargain, and it is. And we've been able to hold the price on this now for several years, so the best price ever is still the best price ever.
So exciting. Couple things I want to let you know. First of all, the majority of what's ordered in that little clicker is the big one. So way over half of those are the big one. If you're thinking about doing this, $33 on your credit card, $33 on your credit card gets this home. You have a money-back guarantee that extends till January 31st. If you can do the big one, I would encourage you to do that because you will want to take this every single day. The health benefits are undeniable. The way it makes you feel, that is the most exciting part about taking this product, because not only are the health benefits profound, but it's also how you feel when you take this product that is such an exciting, wonderful gift you give yourself every single day. Couple things you need to know. When you get this home, there will be a coupon in the box. Check this out.
We do this once a year.
Once a year we do this. This
25.
is, I know, you get 25% off your favorite Andrew Lessman products between November let's see, November 15th and the 30th and December 10th and the 25th.
Right.
So we gave a couple little, blocks of time here. 25% off you can use towards favorite products, and it gives you the dates when you can use it, but let's all take advantage of that.
Christmas shopping or whatever you need to replenish.
Absolutely. So remember, extended return policy, $33 on FlexPay gets the big one home. Lowest price per capsule we've ever offered. We do not even normally carry this 600 cap supply. If you can use express ordering, shop by remote, log on to hsn.com. We are busy.
Way busy than anticipated.
So I would dive in here and get yours tonight for sure. The best part about it is the health benefits, as we said. And it's interesting because Andrew, when he first came to HSN 19 years ago, it's his 19th anniversary, started talking about coenzyme Q10. He had to educate all of us. I'd never heard of it before. I had no idea what you were talking. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody understood it.
And it wasn't really in stores.
It wasn't. You were the first one to educate America on this ingredient.
And what's funny is I usually have to contend with, and at the time, the folks in merchandising here were saying, okay, it's not in a store. why are you going to offer it on a network? And I said, well, because it's ethically important that I offer it. So even though people don't know about it, that I'll educate them, and maybe eventually they'll be interested and they'll try it. But ethically, for me, it was important that people learn about the ingredient. And so those of you who've followed me over the years, and I've been on TV for 25 years, 19 years here, I've been emphasizing vitamin D and CoQ10 and omega-3s. You've been way ahead of the curve. You've been following the science because that's what I follow. So you've been right in the middle of all the clinical studies and the research because that's what I follow. And when it comes to CoQ10, this is not a drug or a medicine or anything like this, and this is not some magic pill. What this really is the most central, critical, vital component in terms of each of one of your cells' existence. And what's interesting about the way our body works, it's sort of a fascinating design. Each of the trillions of cells in our body, they can't rely on another cell for energy. It's not like we're here at HSN in the studio and there's some power plant here in St. Petersburg sending us energy. In our body, each one of those trillions of cells must create its own energy. If it can't create its own energy, it's not alive. And that's why when we think about all of the distribution of nutrition that has to happen as we get older in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 90s or older, when you think about that and you think about the responsibility you have every time you eat to deliver the ingredients that every single one of those cells in your body requires to live, that's a heavy responsibility. And there's one ingredient that is head and shoulders, what's more than head and shoulders, light years beyond all the others in terms of energy, in terms of cellular function, whether it's our heart, our brain, our liver, our kidneys. Energy determines how those systems function. You think about feeling fatigued, you think that your muscles aren't working well because you're fatigued. You might not realize it, but the same energetic processes that are affecting those muscles and how you feel are affecting your most vital organs. You might not know it, sense it, feel it, but those same processes are at work. And CoQ10, and I'll read some clinical studies and research charts, CoQ10 is at the very center of how the powerhouses in every cell in our bodies work. And it's really important to realize that every single cell in our body, it's on its own. It's responsible. Certainly these cells work together to create this organism that is us. But every one of those cells has one responsibility that's absolutely independent from every other cell. And that's the responsibility to produce and create its own energy. And that energy is created by the transport and movement of electrons. Coenzyme Q10 is the center of that process. So if you want the most common sense energy product, it's not to drink one of those high caffeine energy drinks or those high sugar calorie energy drinks.
Those scare me.
What it is,
They really do.
It's just to give each one of the trillions of cells in your body the most fundamental tools that it must have. And as we get older, it has less and less and less of. If we're under stress, if we're taking most medications, if we drink alcohol, if we smoke, all of these things conspire to lower the levels of CoQ10. And one last thing, as long as we're talking about all these wonderful benefits, oops, I hit these charts here, as we're talking about all these wonderful benefits that CoQ10 provides, usually there's a catch. Usually I have to say, but it's going to be difficult to swallow, it's going to be a bad taste, or it's going to upset your stomach. But no, there's no catch. It's simple to swallow. It's a tiny capsule. You see it right there, tiny capsule, and that tiny capsule contains all of the 200 milligrams of CoQ10. It also contains the 300 milligrams of nonacidic vitamin C. It also contains 100 micrograms of B12 and a full stress B complex. It reads like a mini
multivitamin.
And that bright yellow color, that's amazing. That's CoQ10. That's if I ever wanted to create a natural product that was colored yellow, why use artificial color? Just use CoQ10.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, by the way, if you can use express ordering, we are so busy. We have so many new customers jumping in to order this. Express ordering is the way to get in, or log on to hsn.com, shop by remote. We have a bottle for you at this stage of the game, which is obviously the great news about this. The key to this, we don't ever do a 600 cap supply. It's only for this day, for this one time. It's a one-shot deal on this size. And we don't ever put it on 6 flex pays. That is not something that normally happens. So to get it home for $33, you're getting the lowest price per capsule ever on this product. Even just from a few years ago, and I'm gonna show you the price comparisons just from 2011 till now, the difference, the savings is huge. So I wanna show you one more time what the choices are, because we have try me sizes also, a 50, a 100, a 200, a 400, or a 600 cap supply. Here is where the pricing will go after today. It's a one-day only offer. Here is the savings you get to take advantage of now. You're saving more than you're spending. So note, for example, 400 capsules is usually around $300. You're getting it today for you're getting a 600 cap for $100 less. Here's an example of back in 2011. So this is in 2011 when we offered the CoEnzyme Q10. It was 100 milligrams per capsule. And here is today what you would have to spend to get the same thing. The $199 you see today, this is what you would have had to spend back in 2011 to get a 200 milligram capsule of CoEnzyme Q10. So that's why when we talk about the biggest savings, the best savings, it is massive savings to get 200 milligrams per capsule. And it's really important to note, because we were saying that when Andrew first started offering CoEnzyme Q10, he was the first one to talk about it. Nobody really had heard of it before. Obviously, you know, those of us that weren't really well schooled on vitamin ingredients. And the point I want to make is now you read about it everywhere. You hear about CoEnzyme Q10 everywhere. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon. But the truth of the matter is not all CoEnzyme Q10 is the same. It's so important that we all understand that. The vast majority of the CoEnzyme Q10 being used and being put in supplements today is made in China. This CoEnzyme Q10 that Andrew uses is Konica CoEnzyme Q10. It's made in America.
Texas.
It's made in Texas. And I think it's important because it is a better quality product. And it's more expensive, but with Andrew, because you've worked with this company for so long, they love you. They love Andrew Lessman, and they do special things for Andrew, and Andrew's able to hold price and give us these amazing values because he's built such a great relationship with the world's finest CoQ10 manufacturer, who happen to be right here in Texas, in America.
Well, originally, Konica CoQ10 was made in Japan. And Konica CoQ10 has, basically, I encouraged them for a long time. They now make all of the CoQ10 here that we use here right in America.
I love that.
And it's also, it was the world's first natural CoQ10. It is still the world's purest CoQ10. It is still the world's most bio-identical CoQ10. It's still also the CoQ10 that's been approved for National Institute of Health Research and Clinical Studies. It is the CoQ10, again, that's not just head and shoulders, that's light years beyond all the others. And typically for something like that, you'd expect to have to spend much more. But today, at least once a year when we do this, you don't. And we've held on to this 600 capsule supply. So at one capsule a day, it will last you a year and 8 months, basically. Even at 2 capsules a day, that's going to last you about 10 months. So it's a product of 200 milligrams that if you're taking cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, if you're a woman who might have osteoporosis or osteopenia, might be taking bisphosphonates, those medications, those also interfere with your body's creation of CoQ10. Cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, you take them to lower cholesterol, but they do something that really undermines cardiovascular and heart health because they lower your CoQ10 levels in your body, which lowers the CoQ10 levels in your muscles. That's why all issues relating to your muscles you have to pay careful attention to. Also, CoQ10 levels, as they go down, they affect the ability of all of your organs to produce energy, not just your muscles. So it's something that we really should pay attention to. And if we were talking about before, if there's going to be one capsule that I often recommend of my products that's going to be a feel the difference product, but also warrants really taking it because you're getting a full B complex, you're getting high levels of vitamin C, 300 milligrams, and you're also getting 200 milligrams of CoQ10. This is one capsule that delivers a powerful, powerful benefit in terms of virtually every system of your body because their functioning at their best is basically determined by the efficiency with which they produce energy. That is the limiting factor of the quality of our life in sort of general terms. If we have energy, we're energetic. We have a better life, we think. In terms of how our heart, our brain, our liver, our kidneys, our muscles function, they function best, and the thing that determines the quality of that function is their ability to produce the energy they need. CoQ10, again, is the very center of that process, because that process revolves around the movement of electrons, and that's what CoQ10 does. It transports those electrons, and it's that transport, that movement of electrons, that allows every one of the trillions of cells in our body to create the energy they need. Because remember what I said before, our cells can't share energy. They either produce it or they're not alive. So unlike, as I said, standing here, where a power plant sends us energy, there's no power plant sending energy to your body. Yeah, your heart pumps blood, and blood will deliver nutrients, and blood will deliver oxygen, but that's so each one of those cells could use those nutrients and use that fuel and oxygen to make its own energy. But ultimately, each cell is responsible, and CoQ10 is what's doing it.
In other words, it's not like a candle in a flame where you can share the flame and pass it to the next candle. This is where each little cell has to produce its own flame all by itself. It has to produce its own energy all by itself. And coenzyme Q10, every cell needs it in order to be alive. In order to be alive, every single cell in our body needs coenzyme Q10. The problem is our body makes very little coenzyme Q10. And as we age, we make less of it. As we are under stress, we make less of it. As we do things like maybe eat improperly or drink alcohol or do those things that cause our body more stress, the coenzyme Q10 levels go down. And so it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? If you're going to supplement something that is literally ubiquitous in every single cell in our body, and Andrew, you always talk about most highly concentrated in the largest organs in our body.
Well, the most important, it's most highly concentrated in our heart, because when you think about it, we go to sleep at night. Does your heart stop beating? No. Even at night, our brain is busy repairing itself. Our liver is constantly doing that sort of environmental support work. It's processing all these chemicals. It's making sure our environment is not going to become a toxic environment for us. These organs never rest. And these organs have the highest concentrations by far of CoQ10 in the human body. The heart, by far, which is why it's so ironic that those cholesterol-lowering drugs, those statin drugs, they lower cholesterol very effectively, but they also lower CoQ10 very effectively. And CoQ10 is critical for cardiac function and heart health. That's why we have our Cholesticare product, our Ultimate Oatmeal has Cholesticare in it now. There are so many natural ways to lower cholesterol without having to resort to taking high levels of those cholesterol-lowering drugs. But that's something we'll hopefully talk about maybe on Sunday.
Great.
But here, when we're talking about CoQ10, and just even if I look at this first chart.
Today is Sunday.
Today is Sunday. Oh, we're now Sunday. Sunday during the day. Sunday. It's not Sunday in California yet.
You're right.
See.
It's not.
I'm still on the West Coast.
You are. You're on Mountain Time. Okay.
I'm somewhere else but here. But what I wanted to do is read some of these charts, because I think when you see it in black and white, it's even more convincing than when I speak to it. And I guess we're really, really very busy on the phones, and we
have a very high new customer count coming in tonight. And if you are new, we ask you for your patience. We see you there. We will be with you very, very shortly, so just hold on. It's a free call. Just be patient. If you can use express ordering, if you can log on to hsn.com or shop on with your phone app, or shop with your tablet, or shop by remote, you don't have to wait. Otherwise, if you're waiting to get in, just be patient with us. We will get somebody with you very shortly. It takes only a moment to get that order placed once we get to you, so hold on. But that shows us how many brand new customers, because people that have shopped before just do the express ordering, and they don't have to wait. So just hold on if you're there. We don't want you to miss this.
Or hsn.com. And we have plenty of supply. The large size is going to run out first, but it's not going to run out till tomorrow afternoon. So don't worry about that. We have plenty of supply, so just bear with us.
Okay.
And as I say, more important than the product, it's the information about the product. You will not find a CoQ10, unfortunately, a CoQ10 like product like this anywhere else in the world. It doesn't exist. Unfortunately, number one, because most of the CoQ10 in the world is no longer the finest, purest CoQ10. It's no longer Konica. It's mostly using Chinese CoQ10, which certainly Chinese CoQ10 has gotten better. It still can't compare, in my mind, to the quality of Konica CoQ10. But if we look at this chart here, it functions exactly like an essential and protective vitamin. Most people don't realize that CoQ10 would be the most important vitamin, technically vitamin, if our body didn't have the ability to make a small amount of it. Because our body can make a small amount of it, it's technically not a vitamin. But as we get older, our body makes less and less and less, so it becomes I think, the most important, quote, vitamin that we need to look to supplement, right there with vitamin D. It's required for all life and all cellular energy production. Without it, we cannot produce energy in all the cells of our body. It must be present in all living cells, or they cannot produce energy. They won't be alive. Reduced levels are a natural result of aging, stress, poor diet, smoking, consumption of alcohol, and drugs, most medications, and contribute to fatigue. As our levels get suppressed in terms of CoQ10 synthesis, it contributes to fatigue. It's essential for all production of energy and all the metabolic work within all cells, tissues, and organs. If you want your key organs to function their best, you have to have adequate levels of CoQ10. Most of us, as we get older and the way we live and the way we eat, we don't. So if you wonder why you struggle with your energy level, why you might struggle with fatigue, it could be as simple as the critical energy component that all our cells require that becomes insufficient as we get older. Our vital organs require a constant supply of energy, and CoQ10 is required to keep them functioning their very best. The highest levels of CoQ10 are found in the most vital organs, the heart, brain, liver, kidneys, lungs, pancreas. I have a chart here that's interesting. Let me see if I can find it. Because that talks about the heart. We talked about that before. Oh, this is an interesting one about fatigue. There are approximately 100 trillion cells in the human body. Each of those cells relies on as many as 1,000 mitochondria to use CoQ10, because CoQ10 is what drives energy production in the mitochondria. The result that in as many as, 100 quadrillion mitochondria in our body, the energy we see, the energy you see me exhibiting here, the energy you're exhibiting at home, that is something that's a byproduct of electron transport in the trillions and trillions and trillions of cells in your body that are taking place in the electron transport mechanism of the mitochondria in all those cells, and that's what CoQ10 does. So it's really sort of bizarre to think about it. That yes, we eat food and the food becomes fuel. Yes, we breathe and oxygen is necessary for the oxidation in terms of energy production that takes place in our body. But ultimately, it's the movement of these little tiny electrons that determines the energy with which we experience life, with which we experience this world. And that experience of energy is a result of a movement of electrons that's precipitated, that's caused by CoQ10.
There it is.
It's simple.
You know what? It makes sense. I mean, it really does. When you listen, it's
hard
really
to believe, actually, but it makes sense.
It's fascinating. If you would like to order this, I would invite everybody. The biggest one is by far the runaway favorite tonight. First time that we've seen 6 flex pays on it. We don't normally get to do 6. It's sort of a big deal. We have to like override the system to add that 6 flex pay in. So you get that 6 flex payment tonight. So that's $33 gets this home. We've extended the return policy till January 31st. Lowest price per capsule ever. I mean, there's never, ever been a better day to buy Andrew's CoEnzyme Q10. It's 200 milligrams per capsule. You're hearing the research. You're hearing all the wonderful benefits of these ingredients. The greatest part is that you will notice it when you take it. You will notice the difference. We talk about this cellular energy, and it's not like you're getting this fake energy. It's not like you're getting fake energy from an energy drink or caffeine.
Stimulant, but
exactly.
It's how our body, it's the most intelligent way to support your body's production of energy. And I also think it's the most intelligent CoQ10 product in the world, not simply because we use the finest CoQ10, which we do, the purest CoQ10, the most bioidentical CoQ10, but because we don't just leave you with CoQ10. As critical as CoQ10 is, we also make sure that you're getting all of the other B-complex vitamins that are essential for energy production. Inside, say riboflavin, FAD and say NADH. These are these other things in your cells that are responsible for transporting electrons along with CoQ10. And we make sure that you're getting those ingredients as well in our CoQ10, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12. You're getting all of them. You're getting folic acid and biotin. You're also getting 300 milligrams of vitamin C, and you're getting our special protected B12. The special protected B12 alone is worth the investment. It's unlike the B12 you see in any supplement in any typical store, because typical B12 that you see in a store is useless. It's going to be destroyed in your stomach if it wasn't already destroyed in the bottle. Our B12 is protected, so it can be absorbed, so it can be delivered, so it can deliver benefits to you. So the B12 alone makes this a remarkable product. And then you consider the 200 milligrams of CoQ10. It's almost 7 times more than our original 30 milligram CoQ10. And what's fascinating about that, today, 200 milligram capsule is less expensive than a 30 milligram capsule was 31 years ago.
I wonder what it would cost to buy 600 capsules of B12. Well, yeah, empty capsules even, but what would 600 capsules of B12?
I think just the 600 capsules of B12, because I think the 360 capsule supply at 100 micrograms, I think that's about $50 or $60. So 60 capsules would probably be about $100 or so. The same with the vitamin C would be about $100 or so, because remember, 600 capsules.
Right.
Typical things in a store are 60 or 100
That's what I was sitting here thinking about. This is $199, but if you were just buying the separate B product, 600 capsules of that, you would be probably pushing $100 right there, just for that one ingredient that's part of the capsule. That's the beauty of this product. That's why when you see it reading like a multivitamin, there's a method to that. Not only are you getting the world's finest coenzyme Q10, 200 milligrams per capsule, but with all of these other support vitamins and nutrients, it will allow the CoQ to do its job because it's supported. And that's why Andrew does it. He doesn't just put these things in there just to put it in there. He gives you the added vitamins and nutrients so that the CoQ10 has the best chance at delivering all the great benefits, right?
And absolutely. And what good is delivering even the most central ingredient for energy if, as we say, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, if you had some other weak link, because you might not be taking my other supplements. This is a way to ensure you have all the tools so that CoQ10 can deliver on that promise. When you look at a product like this, it's very funny that most people find this extremely unexpected, but I'm often asked, what kind of a nutritional supplement do I recommend for someone who might have periodontal issues with their gums?
Oh yeah, you've talked about this.
And many of us, as we get older, it's not our teeth that pose problems, it's our gums. And if your gums aren't healthy, then your teeth aren't happy. But when it comes to a nutritional supplement that supports healthy gums, there's no ingredient with better science, better clinical studies, better research than coenzyme Q10. And it's also one of the things we read commonly in our reviews. So of course we hear about energy and things like that, but we hear often about the benefits to a healthy mouth, to the periodontal issues that we all, as we get older, we deal with those things. And hopefully we do all the right stuff in terms of oral hygiene, but this is another sort of side benefit. My products aren't like drugs where you have side effects. My products are like side benefits. So when you get this in terms of, say, supporting cardiovascular health, or you get this in terms of supporting energy level, it's also an ingredient that's going to be supporting the health of your gums, also supporting the health of your eyes, because CoQ10, not only is it a critical ingredient in terms of energy production, it also happens to be one of the most powerful antioxidants in the body. The reason why is connected to its ability to transport electrons. That ability to transport electrons within the cell to make energy, that same ability to move electrons is how it quenches free radicals in terms of protecting your cells from the damage, the oxidative damage that could be caused by these free radicals. So it's an ingredient that whatever you sort of get to pick which of the benefits you seek, but it's an ingredient that if I had to choose to supplement, it's not an ingredient I would ever choose to be without. And as affordable as it is today, and as much as it comes with a money-back guarantee till January 31st, it really is worth an opportunity to try. And if you're reordering then it's good you tuned in today, because this is by far the best pricing we ever get to offer once a year.
And don't forget, there will be a coupon in the box. You get to save 25% off your favorite products. It gives you the dates in November and December when you can shop and save another 25% right there. Also, we should point out that every single time you buy a bottle, Andrew is donating a bottle of vitamins. You buy one, he gives one. It's as simple as that. You buy one, he gives a bottle away. There's an organization called Vitamin Angels. Andrew has partnered and supports this organization. They get prenatal vitamins in the hands of expectant mothers all over the globe, in America and in all parts of the world where mothers need that added nutrition for their unborn child, for their unborn children. Here is a chance for you today to do good for you and do good for someone else. For every single time you order a bottle of vitamins in this today's special, Andrew Lessman is going to donate, and just the heartwarming feeling that is to know that a bottle's going to be handed to an expectant mom because you decided to do something healthy for yourself today. It's pretty amazing.
And everyone
very generous of you.
Would probably be pleased to know that our prenatal program, I was just speaking to, we partner with Vitamin Angels. We make all the prenatal vitamins that Vitamin Angels distributes around the world, throughout America and around the world. We make all of them. And we really have become, around the world, the single source of donated prenatal vitamins. It's really just us.
It's remarkable.
It's very exciting, and it dramatically changes lives. It
saves lives.
Saves lives, but changes the quality of life, because a well-nourished, being well-nourished during that prenatal period determines really the development of the brain and the future human capacity of that child, and that capacity to contribute to that society. So it's really a wonderful thing that we get to do. We have the luxury of thinking of our wellness and thinking of the quality of our life and thinking of our energy level. In other parts of the world, they're thinking of more fundamental things, like being able to have a child and know that that child will be born alive. So I thank you for supporting us in doing that. But I just want to read a few more charts here on CoQ10. And we have some great science and clinical studies that I'll read tomorrow. But this is something I'm not sure if most of us realize, but CoQ10 levels and our body's production of CoQ10 decrease. And our body's production is pretty minimal to start with, but it decreases with age, stress, poor diet, which is the typical American diet, fatigue, smoking. So CoQ10, low CoQ10 levels cause fatigue. Fatigue causes even lower levels of CoQ10. Illness, diabetes, liver, heart disease, alcohol consumption. Even they're finding, and certainly CoQ10 isn't a cure for depression, but in those suffering from depression, they frequently find low CoQ10 levels. Alcohol consumption, cholesterol-lowering statin meds, osteoporosis medications, as I talked about, the bisphosphonates, antidepressants, high blood pressure medications like beta blockers and things all contribute to lowering CoQ10 levels. So pretty much existence means lower CoQ10 levels, and lower CoQ10 levels means lower energy levels.
Makes sense.
All of us strive to have these numbers in the normal range, whether it's our blood pressure, our blood cholesterol, our blood sugar levels, our blood triglyceride levels. It's exciting that CoQ10 is one of those few ingredients, because it affects the energetics of so many systems in our body that it helps keep those levels in the normal range for us. So it's a tool that helps us achieve what we all tend to struggle to achieve. And every day the body has to replace 500 milligrams of CoQ10. When we're young, not a problem. As we get older, in our 30s, 40s, 50s, becomes a problem. And our body's only source of CoQ10 is food or supplements or internal production. Animal organs and meat are by far the richest source of CoQ10. However, a diet rich in meat and fish only delivers 3 to 6 milligrams daily. That's it? That's it. Therefore, a supplement has become really the only logical source, the only reliable source. So if you're not getting mine, I highly recommend you find the best CoQ10 supplement you can on the market. And in a second, I'll show you how hard it is to get CoQ10 from the diet. But CoQ10 helps to support and maintain the fragile, highly sensitive tissues of the gums and mouth. And then, very important, I'm often asked, what can we do to support the tissues of our lung? The lungs, the alveoli, the delicate complex tissues of the brain, the liver, the lungs, and kidneys. Again, CoQ10, these are fragile, delicate tissues, and CoQ10 is responsible for their ability to maintain those tissues because it's responsible for the energy that they need to have to maintain those tissues. And immune system, nervous system, cardiovascular system function. What I was going to show on the big chart behind me is, for those of us who think that if we eat a healthy diet, we're getting an abundance of CoQ10, if you're a vegetarian, that's very healthy. But if you're a vegetarian, you're basically getting minimal levels of CoQ10. The best levels of CoQ10 come from meat or animal products by far. Pork shoulder, a great source of CoQ10. A quarter pound of pork shoulder, 5 milligrams. A quarter pound of beef shoulder, 4.5 milligrams.
Jeez.
So basically, if you ate a pound of pork every day or a pound of beef every day, you'd be lucky to get about 20 milligrams a day.
No kidding.
So chicken, most of us, I eat fish and chicken mostly now. So 4 ounces of a quarter pound of tuna isn't even 2 milligrams.
God.
A chicken breast is barely a little over 1 milligram. So effectively, there's no good dietary source of CoQ10. If you're going to start eating things like pig heart, that's a better source, but still you're only talking about a few milligrams more. So it's not going to be giving the levels that we need to maintain the energy levels, to maintain our ability to contend with the world that we live in, and that world is a demanding world.
Well, no doubt about it. And when you see, that's why you notice the difference when you take this product, because we are not getting it in any adequate amounts in our diet, no matter how healthy we try to be with, you know, the way we eat. I want to show you one more time what the choices are. This has been a very, very exciting hour. I will tell you, over 9,000. These are way ahead of pace, by the way. The big one is outselling everything else by a very large margin because, hey, we don't normally sell a 600 cap supply. It's the lowest price per capsule we've ever offered.
If you look at the 400 capsule supply, which is a huge savings,
right here,
almost a 50% savings, and that doesn't even consider before we lowered the price dramatically on CoQ10.
Exactly.
But the 400 capsule supply is $169.
Right.
The 600 capsule, which we introduced as sort of an afterthought, because 2 years ago I thought the price of CoQ10 was going to go up dramatically. In fact, it did go up. We didn't change the price, but we did that so you'd be able to stockpile it a little bit. Turned out it was so popular that we've kept it around for the last couple of years, and even though the cost of CoQ10 has gone up, we haven't changed the cost of this product. So I'm not sure if that's going to continue into the future, but either way, even if we raise the price on this product, it still is an absolute incredible bargain to think that each capsule, in the old days, when CoQ10 became affordable, you'd say it was usually about $1 per 100 milligrams. So at 200 milligrams, that would be $2. At 600 capsules, that would be $1,200. That was the rule of thumb on CoQ10.
Wow.
So today, we still use the world's finest CoQ10. Most companies have compromised and are using other CoQ10, not the finest in the world as we do. So instead of $1,200, it's only $199, and you're getting 300 milligrams of the world's finest vitamin C in each capsule.
Yeah.
You're getting 100 micrograms of the world's finest B12 in each capsule, plus the B complex. So you're getting a truly comprehensive product that delivers all the benefits you could have ever dreamed of from CoQ10. Comes with not a 30-day money-back guarantee, but what is it, a 4-month almost? Yeah. Till the end of January. So you get January, December, November, and you get the rest. You get all of October.
I know,
much.
it's
so,
great.
Amazing.
And just to sort of show you, illustrate for you what Andrew was talking about, if we take you back to 2006, when Andrew was offering CoEnzyme Q10, back in 2006, it was only 30 milligrams per capsule. So this offer to get you this amount of CoEnzyme Q10 back then, we're going back 9 years ago, we would have to have charged $1,552 for 600 capsules. That is the massive difference we're talking about today versus just 9 years ago when Andrew was doing 30 milligrams per capsule. Then he went up to 100 milligrams a capsule, and it was still great. But if I show you that savings, we'll take you to 100 milligrams a capsule. And this went all the way up until just a couple years ago, 2011. And look we still, for the 600 cap supply, would have to charge $833 if we do the exact comparison of this amount of coenzyme Q10. 200 milligrams per capsule, again, you are saving over 10 times of what you would have been spending way back when. So I guess the point is, that's why we're all thrilled about it, because we've been taking this product for years. We've watched the value get better and better and better. We know now for sure, if you read about coenzyme Q10, we know that we're getting the world's finest coenzyme Q10. There's a lot of choices out there. You can see CoQ10, you'll see it in your grocery store, you'll see it all over, you see it in beauty products, and you know, it's a buzzword now. People understand the health benefits of coenzyme Q10. The problem is, if you're gonna spend your money on it, and I think this is how we all feel about it, if you want to bother to take it, you're going to spend your hard-earned money on it, don't you want to be taking the best? And I think the answer for all of us is yes.
And when the best is, I hate to say it, when the best is, I use this word, cheap, it's inexpensive. The best is inexpensive. You're talking about 600 capsules of 200 milligram CoQ10 with 300 milligrams of vitamin C, 100 micrograms of the world's finest B12, and a full B complex. And that's a potentially a year and 8 months supply at 1 capsule a day. And 1 capsule a day is plenty. Some people choose to take 2 capsules. I do. Colleen does. But 1 capsule a day is plenty. Remember, this was a product that was a perfectly reviewed product at 30 milligrams daily. So think of the benefits you're getting at 200 milligrams daily. And again, the finest CoQ10. I've been talking about CoQ10 for over 30 years. Most companies for a decade or so. So over 30 years I've been talking about it. The finest CoQ10 is the only CoQ10 I've ever taken myself personally, and the only CoQ10 I've ever put in a product for 31 years, ever since I've been making CoQ10. So that's what you're getting today. And again, small, soft, easy to swallow capsule. A lot of CoQ10 comes in these soft gel capsules, kind of like, it looks like an omega-3 capsule.
Yeah.
There's no reason to put CoQ10 into an omega-3. All you do is then require additives and solvents and emulsifiers. That's pure, that's 100% pure, beautiful CoQ10
that color
you're looking
is the
at
natural
right there.
color.
And in terms of absorption, CoQ10, pure CoQ10 is wonderfully absorbed if you simply take it with food and make sure that anything we eat has a little bit of fat. That's all you need. Or do what I do. I take my CoQ10 the same time I take my omega-3. So that omega-3 provides the wonderful fat solubility in terms of the absorption of CoQ10. So you don't have to adulterate the CoQ10 to make it well absorbed. In its pure natural state, it's best absorbed, and that's how we deliver it. So you're getting CoQ10 with the other nutrients that ensure you get the benefits that you invested in when you bought it. And that's the reason why you get the product, not just for the peace of mind of taking it, but because you want to see and feel the difference when you use it.
We haven't even talked about the fact that if you have a minute, if you could go to hsn.com and read a few of the reviews on this, there are way over 1,000 perfect 5-star reviews on this product out of, I think, 1,200. And that's just the 200 milligram per capsule coenzyme Q10. Over the years, I'm sure there are thousands and thousands of perfect 5-star reviews. So go check out a few of those and you will be, I think, amazed. Consistently, people all say the same thing. It's a feel the difference product. They love taking it.
CoQ10 100 milligram, our CoQ10 200 milligram, and our CoQ10 300 milligram. We have 3 different potencies. 200 milligrams is really what I think the sweet spot. 100 milligrams is really where you need to be to start. 200 milligrams is, I think, where the sweet spot is. But if you look at all of those reviews, there are over 2,000 reviews, and over 90% of them are 5-star reviews, and over 95% of them are positive reviews. And I don't think there's a more heavily reviewed or a more positively reviewed, I don't think, CoQ10 product on the market at all. And it's something that we've been doing so long. And the one thing that comes from that experience and from viewing the science and the clinical studies is that it doesn't make sense to compromise the quality of the CoQ10. The benefits are why we take it. And with my product, the benefits are what you get.
That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, that is what it's all about. The health benefits are there, the way it's going to make you feel. Just that alone, you will love, love, love taking this product. Take a minute to go read some of those reviews, because I promise you, consistently, people always come back and buy this. It's funny, because some people will say they tried another product, they didn't feel the same, they didn't get the same results. So until you know, until you try it, not all CoEnzyme Q10 is the same. This is the best of the best. So I hope you're ordering yours. By the way, the hold is gone, so if you could not get through earlier, jump back in now or log on to hsn.com right now. You can join the over 10,000 people who have already ordered their today's special. Isn't that exciting?
Way ahead of pace.
Right.
And we figured that about half the orders would be in the largest size.
Right.
And right now it's about 60%.
That's correct.
Or so are the largest
That's
size.
correct.
So we're a little ahead of ourselves. What I was going to do, but we're going to run along quicker here, because we'll talk about the omega-3s, and we want to make sure we have plenty to talk about tomorrow.
Good.
But I wanted to read just some science first. And just, these are quotes, which, mind you, I have charts here which are really fascinating, just listing medical journals that have published positive studies, clinical studies on the benefits of CoQ10, whether it's clinical biochemistry or nutritional sciences or American College of Nutrition, that going from Journal of the American Medical Association, that CoQ10 is not some magical supplement ingredient. It is absolutely the most critical constituent in all of the trillions of cells of our body that are responsible for producing energy. So without it, we don't produce energy. So this is serious science. This is not a magical supplement. It's just serious science. If there's magic, it's the guy upstairs who delivered the magic to make this work. But as we look at this chart here, current neurovascular research, fatigue is the 7th most common symptom in primary health care, meaning when people go to the doctor, the 7th most common complaint they make is that they're tired. Yeah. Very, very common. Fatigue is defined physiologically as the inability to maintain the expected power output. What that means in plain English, just we don't have the energy we would like to have.
Right.
It was reported that animals, oh, this is a fascinating one, that animals supplemented on coenzyme Q10 may reach a significantly longer mean lifespan.
Wow.
11.7% higher, a significantly higher maximum lifespan, 24% higher.
Wow.
And increased learning capacity than non-supplemented animals.
No kidding.
Suggesting that a long-term supplementation with a small dosage of CoQ10 may represent a good anti-aging therapy.
Wow.
That was a new quote. That was a new chart.
Interesting.
There is evidence that mitochondrial dysfunction, those are the powerhouses that make energy in all our cells, and oxidative stress are directly related to fatigue in humans, meaning that when our mitochondria don't function well, that's how we make energy, that's fatigue. Thus, enhancement of mitochondrial functions with coenzyme Q10 may be an important mechanism by which fatigue can be reduced.
Yeah, so if you're exhausted, this is worth a shot.
Yeah, and it's not a drug, it's not a medicine, it's not a stimulant. It's just solid nutritional foundation.
Yes.
Show it to your doctor. Your doctor, I'm sure, as we see, your doctor will be impressed. Critical reviews in food science and nutrition. The human body biosynthesizes CoQ10, but its endogenous or internal tissue levels drop progressively with increasing age. We lose CoQ10 as we get older. CoQ10 is chiefly found in the most active organs like the heart, kidney, and liver, where an even greater decline can be observed with increasing age, with increasing consequences. The intracellular biosynthesis of CoQ10, this is a fascinating one, begins through a cascade of amino acid precursors. So we need amino acids, which indispensably require 8 vitamins, namely, which is another wonderful benefit of this product. All the vitamins you need to make your own CoQ10, which most of us don't have adequate levels of,
are in here.
We give you those as well. That's why we give you the B6, the C, the B2, the B12, the folic acid, niacin, and pantothenic acid. So
that's fantastic.
Not only are those nutrients required to produce energy on their own, but they're also required to produce CoQ10 in the body. So there really is no more pure, high quality, and comprehensive CoQ10 supplement in the world than this.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and you know, it's so funny because everything we talk about, and then this is science. These are conservative journals that are sharing this information. And years ago, when Andrew started talking about coenzyme Q10, we didn't have this much to talk about because people were not really educated, weren't as aware as we all are today. I think more and more people find out the different supplements can make in your life and can make in the way you feel and the quality of your life. If you're gonna take one product from Andrew Lessman, you are looking at his #1 top-selling Today Special, one of his absolute top-selling, top reorder products. This is a product that will change the way you feel every single day. No matter what else happens during that day, you start taking your coenzyme Q10, you want to have that sense of well-being, that get up and go, that feeling of energy and vitality. That's what happens when you take this product. But we are going to put out the final for now. I'm putting on, Steve, my producer, always says, put on your big girl shoes. So I'm putting on my big girl shoes.
I'll be back at 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning.
Right.
So I want to talk about omega-3s. I also want to make sure that we have plenty of quantity in CoQ10 for tomorrow.
Are we staying here or are we walking?
We're going to walk over there.
Okay, we're walking. We're walking.
We're walking. I'm walking here. What was that?